Hey folks, Species7 here, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Farm Expert 2016. Well, and yes, the videos never end well that start with well. The game's seen some changes. The last patch, specifically on July 3rd, changed something rather important about what we were doing. Well, it took away most of our starter equipment, well, half of our starter equipment. When you start on the fruit farm now, or the fruit company, sorry, you start with this tractor and the planter, and that's it. Yeah, the sprayer, the other tractor, they decided that was just too much fun, and we're not allowed to play with them anymore. So, we've, so I started over, and I drove, well, I didn't drive, I'll be honest with you, I ran to the bank, and here's a little clue for you. When you first start, don't drive to the bank, okay? Run to the bank, take your loan out, and then when you're done getting your loan, teleport back to your farm. Then grab your tractor and head down to the machine shop. Saves you a lot of time. There we go. So I did just that, and what I bought at the machine shop was the Freita S2500. Nice little machine. I also bought us a small lawnmower, because you apparently are supposed to mow between crops, which I did once, but it looks like it's about due again. And I also bought, of course, the sprayer that we see on the back of my little tractor. Now please forgive all the screaming sirens. It never fails as soon as I start up. Even in this small town, it just never fails. I won't hear sirens for 2 days. Okay, so we're going to climb aboard here. Now I'd like to demonstrate something quickly here. And I thought I'd left the cedar here, but apparently I have not. So, of course they're going to go right down my road here, all these sirens. Lovely. Oh, sounds like they're stopping right close by, too. Uh-oh. I suppose I should go see if the building's on fire, but hey, I'm kind of busy. So anyway, yeah, I've decided we'd go with gooseberries as our first crop. And that worked well. I'm pretty pleased with it. Word of warning, I've played a lot of different game genres, you know, from MMOs to FPS to all that sort of thing. And there's a term we use, and it's called grinding. And it's not usually used with any sort of great amount of affection, because there's a term that means almost the same thing that is used with great amount of affection, and that's farming. But anyway, to grinding. I have Weathering Field. I've never seen that before. I have played a lot of games that were considered pretty grindy. This one blows them away. I am actually about 4 hours IRL into this map to get where I am now. And all I did was plant about a third of the, okay, that's what I actually wanted, was our gooseberries. I would assume it still has gooseberries in it. I did not empty it. I planted about a third of what this thing holds. Oh, and by the way, when you buy berries, this little tiny planter we've got behind us here will actually hold 860 something. Yeah, I bought, I believe, 250 to start with. Yeah, it didn't work. Why did I not get a connection? I sometimes think they maybe got a little too carried away with the precision of their hookups here. Oh, I'm around the wrong side of it. So anyway, yeah, in that 4 hours, that included the trips to the bank, the trip to the machine store, getting all of this stuff back, etc. And now why is it they're not letting me pick this thing up? Because I am around the right side of it. Oh no, I was not either. That is the back. Okay. And the planting. It is painfully slow. In fact, this is basically why I'm going to grab this guy. There we go. Pretty funny, eh? This magic dude appears. Hey dude, you ready to go? And we are still 50% full. So let's rum back out to our happy field. And I'll show you what the planting section of this is like. Now, I had every intention of bringing you guys along through a whole, basically, you know, a whole deal on how to go from 0 to hero with the fruit planting, etc. But the issue with that, no, yeah, I originally went to actually the wrong field. If we look at our field map here, I figured that these two fields, right, but I went into this one and just read owner U, so I started fertilizing it. And then I realized, yeah, that's a field first, not an orchard, and it's a little bit oversized for what we want to be doing, let me tell you. So we actually so there's a little extra fertilizer on that field. That's why if you look on the mini map, it's got 2 stripes on it. Yeah, that'd be me marking my territory. That's all it was. Yeah, so this is what I did. I'll explain exactly the process, alright? April 1st, I bought my gear. April 1st, I took the sprayer that I had on the tractor that I just detached over there so I could go and get this seeder, and I fertilized the ground. It came up 98%, but that's fine because I didn't plant crop on the whole thing. And I then drove back to the farm and I grabbed the planter and I bought the billion-odd seedlings. Actually, I didn't, about 250 of each, and then realized how unlikely that was going to be. So, I'm going to be able to turn. Yeah, boy. Now you'll see when you get close to the field, see these weird orange things? Those are your planting spots. Now I found cruise control 2, you can pretty much just let the guy go. So, now let's, another thing, and it's a bit of a bug, is, see, I originally thought I'd run up the field and do every second spot. Alright, because I didn't realize that they actually laid the rows out along the width. Kind of dumb. But, alright, let's lower this guy down. Dunk. And you'll see he immediately planted one in that hole. Alright, the fertilizer's already sort of faded off of here, but you get the idea. So this is the planting process. He seems to, like I say, be able to keep up on cruise control 2, which is 7-8 km/h. And you can also, if I was to get to the end of this, turn around and go back down the same row, it will plant another, because if we look here, there we go, you can see gooseberries are 31, right, 32, and you'll see the amount going down in our actual machine. Now if I turn around and go right up this exact same row, he'll simply plant another one in exactly the same place. Yeah, the number will continue to go down, the other number goes up. Now whether you end up growing some kind of freaky deaky double bush, I don't know. But there is an example for you of the planting procedure, right? And then of course it was a matter of grabbing this little sprayer. Instead, I decided that one instead of the tow behind one. Alright, let's lower Buddy down here. Let's lower Buddy down. Oh, he was down. Okay, and let's drop him off. And he disappears back into oblivion. So yeah, then I took the sprayer, like I said, sprayed the field, planted my berries, just as you saw me doing there. And then I went to the mechanics section and advanced 15 days at a time. Oh, the other thing you want to do is go to your map, go to your agri center, and buy as many critters as you can, right? Blank all these out, get as many as you can, buy just a crap load of this stuff, like just pour it on, man, you want lots. And then I'm going to say go here and advance your time. Now I advanced to get to where I am now an entire year, so from April till April, okay, I advanced. Then I sprayed again because it allowed me to spray whatchamacallit, fertilizer. And we're now at August 1st, okay? This is the first day I've been allowed to harvest, where the actual harvester worked. So, yeah. It would be nice if somewhere on the field information they actually would mention something about that. You know what I mean? But they don't. So you do have to do that. You have to creep through the calendar. I went 2 weeks at a time and lucked out that August 1st they showed some sign. Otherwise, you can, and I've read lots of people on the forum go, hey, what happened? You know, I advanced and advanced and advanced, and eventually, all of a sudden, my crops wilted out on me and I lost the whole works. So, yeah. But once a month, so every 2 times you advance the clock, you'll get to the end of the last day of the month. When you get there, you can't advance to the next month. So stop at that point and make sure you stock up on all your hay, all your bird seed, all your animal stuff, right? And then continue, do it again, another month. Well, at the end of each month, you have to actually wait 1 day. That will advance it to the next month. Waiting 1 day takes 10 times as long as 2 weeks, by the way. So you keep doing that until you get all the way through a year. I'm going to say, at the end of that year, sell off all your animals and buy new ones, because after they're a year old, they start to degrade. So sell all your animals off and restock all new. Then, like I say, it's been 1 year, so you're April of the second year of business here. You then spray your field. Then you need to advance all the way through May, June, and July. And again, do the thing with the animals. Make sure the food is stocked up again at the end of every month. Your animals will starve to death if you don't. So, like I say, it's very important that you do it every single end of month. And you will actually not only make money, but you will make a fairly hefty profit while you're waiting the year or something for your fields to become ready. Now this is berries. Trees take even longer, so keep that in mind. Now here's something I absolutely hate about this freaking game. When the lighting conditions change, you all of a sudden can't really see what is and what is not harvested clearly anymore. And that seems to change every time that you get a little bit of a shift in the lighting, which of course means it's advancing through the day, so it does that constantly. Not a good thing. So here's the harvesting process. It would appear I have berries over here. Alright, so let's line up. Let's turn our harvester on. Okay. I found you can go pretty much full blasto through these. And you'll see these weird little animations where it spits berries out all over the tractor, apparently, except into the bins. But it will eventually fill those bins. And what happens then is they will just sort of pop off the side of the truck in the most annoying fashion possible. And the reason I say annoying is because they will pop off and you cannot get past them. Like, they have collision on them, and where they pop off is not outside of that platform, as you might expect, but rather even with it, as if they were falling through the bottom of it. So, of course, when you come down the next row, they're right in between the rows. Yeah, not great. Although I guess they don't have a lot of choice. You certainly wouldn't drop them right on the other row, would you? So. And then you do require a trailer. There's one that takes 4 boxes and one that takes 6, and I forgot to turn the harvester on. They're exactly, for some bizarre reason, the same price, so I see no reason not to get the 6, because I do have the smallest orchard tractor, and it seems to be dealing with it just fine. There we go, now it's actually turned on. Cool. We should be able to collect some more berries. And then, as you saw me at the beginning of this video, you simply pick the berry buckets up, the big pallets, in your arms, and carry them to the tractor. Yeah. No idea why you would do it that way. I would almost expect that to be something you'd do with a front loader. But, considering, like I say, they start you with almost nothing, well, imagine being able to buy yourself a front loader, because if you guys remember the beginning of when I first did the gear up for this, I had every intention of selling that other big tractor to replace it with a front loader. Well, obviously they have taken the wind out of my sails on that one. Yeah, see, as you can see, I kind of laid the rows the wrong way here. Oops, I'm going to hit my little lawn tractor. Oh no, apparently, although I cannot clip through a box of berries, I can clip entirely through my lawn tractor. I also notice, and this is sort of odd, that it doesn't show a fill percentage. I would have really liked to have seen that, and I don't know why it doesn't. Obviously, you are filling a product here. Yeah, this thing has the turning radius of a small moon, so don't expect this to be a quick job either. Now, I understand in real life these are certainly not quick jobs, but one has to kind of figure. As I said, I'm a good 4 hours in, and most of that was actually spent waiting, and waiting, and waiting, and waiting, you know, to get through the time periods. Now, did they not, in Pro Farmer, could you not advance an entire season, or has it just been that long since I've played that I don't remember? But I could swear you could actually do an entire season. But here, yeah, it's, you can go a month, then you've got to do a day, then you can do a month, then you've got to do a day, etc., etc. They do skip winter, however, which is kind of good, because it's not exactly a prosperous season. And you can kind of tell by the rate at which it's pooping out these boxes that it's not exactly a monster yield either. If we get in here, there's not much to look at. So you do have your little backup camera. And you can basically line up your wheel with the berry thing and go from there. So, but they really, really do sort of yeah. I mean, that's a nice thing to have, but it doesn't really tell us anything, does it? They need to have a little bit more in some sort of a way, you know, like Farm Sim does, where they color the field on your map. You know, and it goes from the blue to the green when it's finally ready. And you even have different stages of each. They really need to do that here. You know, one of the biggest complaints I see on the forums is about the lack of information. You know, right down to things like some of the equipment. You know, they've got things like subsoil cultivators. Right, you guys are going, well, you know, when and where are we supposed to use these things? There's several of them. They're worth a lot of money. You're apparently supposed to have them, but, you know. Same thing. I basically guessed and crossed my fingers that this particular harvester was going to do anything for me. And again, just doesn't matter. The turning radius on this thing is just horrifying. Have we even dropped the box since we started here? I don't think we have we? Well, like I said, I have actually harvested most of what's on these rows. So, yeah, so that's the process. And, unfortunately, oh, I guess I have. There you go. And see, here we go. We get to this row, and now we have to actually stop, get out, and move these. Right, because you'll notice there are berries beyond here. Oh yeah. See, that was something else they sort of said they fixed. And obviously they didn't. Yeah. Is the fact that when you get in and out of the harvesters, they tend to bop around like they were made of cardboard and you were pushing them all over the place. Yeah. Well, apparently in the last patch they fixed that. Excuse me. And then, because it mucked up a bunch of other things, they had to change it back. So. Oh, look, you can sprint with one of these things. Oh my goodness. Well, that's good to know, I suppose. I wonder why they call this a 6. It most clearly is not going to take 6 boxes. Yeah, because there was a something, something, something 4, and then a something 6. And you could tell the 4 was smaller, so I assumed one held 4 boxes and one held 6. But I guess that's what... Oh, I see. Ooh, maybe it holds even more. Cool. And we'll actually be able to finish this. And then, of course, what you have to do is drive it over to the first fruit company factory. Oh, and by the way, when you do, you won't get anything for it. This I also don't understand. Every time you get out of this thing, it poops out whatever box it had, whether it's full or not. Alright. So no, when you take this to the fruit company, you don't get any money. And it's not like, you know, the brewery or the bakery in FS15, where you get a monthly, or a monthly, an hourly thing come in. Oh, excuse me. I've been breathing so much smoke the last few days here. Everybody's choking and gagging. It's finally cleared up, though. I can see the sky again today. But yeah, for about 3 days, the wood smoke here was so thick that you could not see across the street. And of course, it was from all the fires around here. Well, around here. They're not actually around here. They're all the way from Alaska, all the way down through the province. But unfortunately, the smoke decided to settle here. So it did. Oh, looks like I missed a row there. See what I mean about the turning radius? That's just ridiculous, man. That took almost the dimensions of this field to turn. And yet, it's got rear steering. Look at that. There's no way that should have an issue with turning. And again, because of the light, it's really hard to tell. But there's the row we actually missed, was that one. Unreal. And of course I can't actually turn on to it. There we go. There we are. Let's pick some up, shall we? Do. There we go. Get them berries. So yeah, that's basically the idea with this one. And then, as I said, you got to try and once you get that done, let's go down to the end here and come up one of these other rows. I don't think I got this little part here either, did I? So let's get these guys. Nice. And turn the harvester back off. And figure out which of these rows we haven't done. And it would be that one. I think this is the last row. So yeah, a year and a couple of months, and you can get your first crop in. If I was to do this entire field, it likely would take well over 1,000 berries. In fact, I have no doubt it would. And probably 3 to 4 hours for you to actually just plant. So it's pretty crazy. But there we go. Alright. Now, yeah, I just don't get the turning radius on this thing. I just don't. It doesn't work the way it should. I don't know. Maybe it's just as big as a house. Okay. Let's get him down here out of the way. Interesting machine though, and certainly not something we've seen in FS15, even though we do have a lot of mods that involve fruit. None of them have ever had this sort of a harvester. Okay, there we go. And I guess that's just a part of its process, is for it to unload these things when you're done. So yeah, if you decide to get out of the harvester to move boxes out of your way, it'll dump the half-empty boxes out. So, or not out, but I mean off of the harvester. So not good. And as you can see, it actually, I guess, combined it into one box. I don't know. But there we are. There's our... geez, if I'd have done a whole field, I'd have got a fair bit. Although I think half of these are pretty much empty, eh? So, yeah. Now, this guy's kind of cool. This is our little mower. He was fairly inexpensive, but it doesn't collect the grass. The big mowers, I mean, they don't either. You'd have to you know, rake it up and then pick it up with something, which I find kind of odd. I would have thought they'd have gone more with a profi mower type of thing. But you can get front and rear mount mowers that go on tractors. Of course, who the heck's got a tractor that can run them? So I picked up this guy. And we can start them a-going. And yeah, you just drive between your rows, and it's got enough. Here, I'll show you from out here. But it's actually got enough that it catches the parts under the plants. So by the time you've gone down this row and then the other one coming back again, there won't be grass under the plants. Okay. So yeah, it's kind of a neat little mower. Again, a little bit of a slow process, but hey. Okay, I don't know, I haven't touched any controls or anything, it's just sort of going on its own. Doesn't seem to be cutting that well either, does it? All of a sudden. Weird. I mean, look at the difference between what it's doing now and what it did in that last row. Huh, it's kind of weird. And now it's doing it properly again. Huh. Yeah, that's weird. Look at that. The texture's kind of jumping across to the other row. Oh boy, I tell you, they need to do so much work on this game. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. As you can see, fertilization rate is 35%, and that's because I only went back over the section I actually had bushes in, which is also, of course, why they told me I was planting them in unfertilized ground. Yeah, even this little lawnmower doesn't actually just normally reverse. Yeah, see, it only seems to deal with the textures going in one direction. My God. This poor game, it needs so much work. The Steam forum's pretty active on the game. The page that lists bugs, oh, and here again. Now all of a sudden it's just going all by itself. I did not press any of the cruise controls. Apparently if you hold the W key down for more than a second or two, yeah, he just continue on like nothing happened. And I know it's not my keyboard, because I do an awful lot more than just this game with it, believe me. And now going in this direction, it actually works. Or at least it manages to shift the texture. Yeah. Well, for a while. And then I stopped as soon as I started again. Oh, there we go. I don't know. Just weird. But anyway, so there you go. There's grass mowing. And yeah, I do wish it would store it, because we could certainly make use of the grass. But, there we go. And I have no idea why it makes the sound of a door closing when you get off. No idea. What the heck's going on here? What's up with this pickup? I didn't leave anything on the road, did I? Oh. There a problem there, fella? I wonder where the heck he was going. There we go. Okay, it is something 8, so I guess I should have expected this one would actually hold 8. But I'm pretty sure the other one was just a 4. So, oh yeah, now our tractor's barely powerful enough to do this. So, we are going to go to... Alright, is it this one, I believe? The processing plant. And, yeah, then we have to go up there, I think. So we'll right click on it to leave a marker. And let's head off. Well, I don't know what's wrong with that guy. Was he trying to cheat his way across the corner? He wouldn't have done well anyway because, well, there's a fence there. Oh, this is gonna hurt. This could take a minute. There we go, we'll get in, have a little zippy dip. Yeah, let's go to cruise control. Seems to pick up an extra K. Now, a nice sip of coffee. Lovely. And they want us to go up this hill. So I think we'll oblige them. I really have a lot of high hopes for this game. I truly, truly do. Although so far, well, I guess I don't need to tell you guys, she's not exactly competition, is it? Like, and it's, again, it's too bad. It's just like Ag Sim, you know? It always had the potential to blow Farming Simulator out of the water. You know, where they had decided to concentrate on levels of realism and things like that just could have been mind-boggling. But they always left it a buggy mess. You know, it was almost like the designers, the game devs, were just no bloody good. And, well, from what I understand, the last game these particular guys made was a little lacking, didn't get great reviews, etc. And so I'm really hoping they put an effort into this one. Now, I'm not talking about Playway, that's the publisher. What is it? Sidreal Games, something like that? That's wrong, so please don't quote me, and I do apologize for not remembering that. I had it in my head through this whole thing up till a couple of minutes ago. Typical, isn't it? Now, it's weird, eh? That backup camera's got a kind of a narrow field of vision that almost makes the boxes look like they're the wrong way. Alright. Now, I want to make sure we don't end up... No, looks like we can take that road straight through. Good. I don't want to end up in an area where we're either on the wrong side of a body of water, because there is a river or two that runs through here, or somewhere where we've got to go tumbling down some incredible mountain. And there's that shoddy workmanship once again, where they just simply take half of a normal road texture and decide to call it a one-lane road. Alright, so we're here. Unload fruit to processing plant. So, yeah. And there you go. Like I said, it just unloads the entire thing immediately again. It's just a, you know, one of the deals. I seem to like having an awful lot of this game just simply be a spreadsheet. And then that's it. Okay? Until something shows up on the other side, and I'm not sure how long that'll take. But as you can see, they have 1,524 kilograms of gooseberries. And eventually, it'll show something on the other side. I think cans of fruit. I'm not sure which one, but it does, or maybe it does the frozen, I'm not sure. But then, we will have to take those, and from where we are, which is of course here, which isn't really where we want to be anymore, so we'll remove that, all the way up to here, the fruit reloading platform. And this is where we'll actually get to sell it and make some money. Yeah. So, it's a process. But I think for today, we kind of, whoa, man, got through what I wanted you guys to see. So I'm going to head back to the farm, and I will, well, actually, I suppose there's really no need for that. Let's simply pucker on down here. And so there's nothing on the other side. Okay. Let's go in here. Let's go to mechanics. And let's say we want August 5th. Alright. Your cows, €200. Your hens, €200. Your goats, €800. So there you go. That's what I mean. The animals will make you great money. And, 762 boxes of frozen fruit. So in 5 days we've got everything back again. So we can do that. Oh. Okay, that's frozen fruit. So I'm thinking now we need something that can move frozen goods. So to do that, you know what that means. We've actually got to go from here all the way to Okay, it's not that far. So let's do that, shall we? Let's go down there and see what they have. I want my mini map back. Come on. Can I actually sneak out the side of this? I might be able to, eh? Looks like the road kind of picks it up over around the other side there. So let's head down here and see what we can find. Well, we certainly got the money for it. And again, when we reach the end of this month, we'll have to remember to make sure that we have everything we need in stock for our critters. Because what they make you is awesome. What you can lose on that as a venture if you forget to stock up, yeah, it can pretty much wipe you out. Alright, I'm glad it wasn't a huge trip. Alright, so, might as well stop out here. Do-do-do-do-do, yeah, step away from you. Look at that, eh? Boing, 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 boing. Yeah, I think this trailer's probably a little bit much for that tractor, but it allows it. So, arboriculture. I don't think there is. No. We have two pallet trailers, the X4 and the X8. Like I say, they're the same price. Right? We should have actually probably gone with the 4, but we did manage to drag 8 of them down here. And these are platforms. Yeah, those are just platforms. That's what you need if you harvest trees. If you're doing bushes, you can do either of these. Yeah, they just don't tell you. You know, and that almost looks like it has the AC thing on the front. But again, if they don't tell you, how are you supposed to know? Can you really just go and buy that? And I mean, my tractor wouldn't tow that anyway, would it? Others. Fertilizer spreaders. Well, I'm sure that one does, but again, now you're looking at, yeah, a little more money than we have. You're looking at over 100K to pick those two up. Wow. So, eek. I don't see, yeah, I don't see anywhere that they list any way we can move frozen goods. Except, as I say, with that great big puppy. And even then, that's not a guarantee. Bale trailers, loader wagons, all kinds of balers. And then again this thing, but they don't really tell you, do they? Could be just a straight up trailer. I mean, it's not super expensive, but I don't really want to waste the money on that if we don't have to. So, I think what we'll do is I will check into that, because it may just be that, you know, another 5 days goes by and it's now we have juice tins to move. I'm not sure. You know, maybe the processing plant works like it does with the dairy in FS15, where it makes milk first and then we'll do buttermilk and all that happiness. But I'm not sure, although I will. Are we really that far off the ground that the front wheels are floating? Apparently, look at that, eh? That's weird, only one of them turns, then neither of them. They seem to be on the ground. Part of the time. Alright. Well, I'm going to head back to the farm. We will do one more sort of little follow-up to this when I figure out... where the heck are we here? Yeah, we're going the right way. That's fine. When I figure out what the next stage is here in our little fruit thing. So I really do hope that what I showed you here today was some help. It wasn't, as I said, our usual style where I go through the entire thing bit by bit and drag you all along for the exciting ride, because frankly the ride in here is just not that exciting. I still do like the game in so much as I think this has got the potential to be just amazing. They need to do a lot of balancing, a lot of bug squashing. They really need to start listening to the feedback from the forums as well. You know, I mean, they're great about, oh yeah, this bug, oh yeah, that bug. And yet things like having tool tips for the machinery and stuff, it's almost as though they look at it and go, well, eventually we got to admit that we don't really know anything about the subject material. We're just making the game. Because that's almost how it strikes me. You know, their responses to people's, well, look, you know, if we mouse over something in the shop, it doesn't even tell us the width. You know, we buy a cedar and we don't know how wide it's going to be. Well, what's the point of upgrading to the next one? You don't know if it's an upgrade because it's got a fancier nameplate or because it's a bigger cedar. And, yeah, they had a pretty darn good point that way. So, but yeah, the devs seem to, well, you know, that's not really priority, that'll come, but, you know, next update is all about that, so we'll have to see. I really do hope so. But hey, if this has been of any help to you at all, or if you actually enjoyed this video for some bizarre reason, please hit the like button, guys. It really helps out the channel. It, in case you're not aware of what that really does and why all of us YouTube producers beg for it, it raises your level up in the searches. So that if somebody's going, hey, I wonder what that expert farmer game or farm expert game or whatever the heck it is all about, oh look, you know, here's the same 3 people that are always in the top 3 slots. Oh, what's this one? You know, and it's the rest of us that kind of get moved up and down dependent on how many likes and views we get. So there you go. Anyway, beyond that, feel free to share and favorite, because that stuff helps out a whole bunch. And till next time, and above all, take care of each other, folks. This is Species 7 for Farm Expert 2016, or Expert Farmer 2016. It seems to be up for debate. Ciao for now. Please upgrade your silo. No, I don't want to use it. Alright. Ah, it's perfect.